All right, hello everybody. We're Team Two DATMEZ. We got me, Aldiar, Terrence, and Max. Next slide.
All right.
And
So I'm gonna present the business model canvas. So here is the business model. The key partners of this company in the first floor are China Construction Bank as well as other banks. The second floor is formed of WeChat and Alipay. So their main activities is PBOC to intermediaries and intermediaries to the retail participants. In terms of the value proposition, DCAP is a digital currency that can achieve real-time connection data related to money creation, bookkeeping, and providing useful reference for the provision and as well as the implementation of monetary policies. Regarding customer relationships, sent, received, and convert currency, and also a simple, clear interface with all the transaction history. We have three different customer segments, which are customers, subsidiaries, and governments. And the cost structure is formed of $1.42 billion in 2020. The revenue model of this company is proclaimed as government's non-profitable project. To DCP issuance scheme. All right, so here is the system of CBDC issuance, distribution, and circulation. So on top of that, we can see People Bank of China, which is issuing whether if it's provision of funds or issuance of CBDC. Then we have the intermediary and the second distribution, which is formed of different parts as provision of funds, transfer of CBDC, and then it goes to between the individuals and the companies, which are basically exchanging products throughout the transfer of CBDC in their circulation.
okay, so now we'll just be going over the brief 5-year development plan, and we're gonna get into more details after the KPI. And so yeah, as you could see, we broke it down starting from the year 2021, not 2020, up all the way to 2025. And for 2021, we're basically just gonna plan and start up and just start marketing. And starting from 2022, we're gonna try to discuss with the banks and try to connect more and engage with the government. In 2023, we're gonna try to kind of go big in the Chinese market first, because it's a Chinese project, Chinese government ran project. And we're going to also start researching about the international market and see how other countries are doing what with this. And by 2024, we're going to try to expand into the international market, and we're going to fix up our errors by checking every few weeks or a few months. And by 2025, we want to actually grow in 2 different continents.
Continuing with key performance indicators, and the first one being objective, making RMB the world's most valuable currency. Second one is measurement, look at the compare and with other competitor companies and see what could be done better and begin the project. Optimizing it, we can optimize it by lowering the project costs and get more customers. Our strategy is going to be like get market and the government to make DCP more mainstream. Getting several countries to start using the platform over the course of a few years, and evaluating by keeping track of year by year progress and fixing major errors. We're going to continue with pros and cons of the whole project. Pros are being, next slide. The whole project is supported by the big companies and mainly government, which can be very beneficial in the future. Also, another pro is just you can make the simple transactions throughout DCP. but the cons of it can be that the structure is going to be very, very expensive. So yeah, it's pretty big con. But another con is that whole project is non-profit.
All right, and here's the solutions to our cons. So basically, first of all, we can find efficient ways to lower the cost. The second one, discuss with the government how to change from a non-profitable project to a profitable one, since our main goal is to make RMB the most valuable currency in the world. So here we have the year by year followed by the KPI in more details. Year 2021. We'll start with the plan on how to create a platform for people to use online banking more conveniently with DCP. Launch app and market, and then test the market out and fix errors. 2022. Partner up with banks and technology companies for better support. And then we can check it with the government and keep track of progress since DCP is owned by the Chinese government. 2023. Our main goal for 2023 is to overtake China with our program. And also we'll prepare for next year's international market launch, which is very important. 2024. Begin launch for the international market, and then we'll keep track of progress, fix some errors, and gain the knowledge of that. And at the end, 2025, we'll expand our market and conquer 2 continents. And we'll reach our main goal, which is make RMB the most valuable currency in the world. So David, please.
Yes, here the list of our partnering banks: the China Construction Bank, Bank of China, the Agricultural Bank of China, and ICBC. And these are the 2 tech companies that will be partnering with us, which is WeChat and Alipay. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll share the screen now. So, and Max, enable screen sharing, because I don't think I can do it now.
Okay, maybe.
No, it's in the setting.
Oh, okay. Let me check.
Allow participants to share the screen.
You can just make Eugene the co-host.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Okay.
It's quicker.
Okay. Here we go.
So I'll let Randy to start first by introducing our team.
So yeah, hey, good morning, guys. Today we're going to be presenting to you about our business pitch, and we're going to be talking about Liquidity as a company. So we are Team 404 Not Found, or Team 4 in short. Our motto is improvise, adapt, and overcome. So today we have 4 members. Catherine Zhang, she'll be CMO. Martin David Hilbert, he'll be CFO. Shang Eugene, he'll be COO. And me, myself, Fernandi, I'll be CEO. Next slide, please. So this is our liquidity business model canvas. So first of all, let me introduce our key partners. Our key partners will be Ethereum and also front-end platforms. Our key activities will be loan issuance, smart contract, automated borrowing process, and incentives to lenders. Our key resources will be divided into a few parts, which is financial resources and also intellectual resources. For financial resources, we will have Alki 2i token, USD reserve, Ether, and ETH collateral. For intellectual resources, we'll have protocol patent and also partnerships. What about our value propositions? So Liquidity is an interest-free version of MakerDAO, which is basically a cryptocurrency company, which enables borrowers to issue a loan at ease. So Liquidity offers little to no interest for their loans. Customer relationships. So outsourced to front-end platform, CRM. So we provide relatively more reasonable protocol to users, for example, borrowers and lenders. In customer segments, we have investors, aka lenders, DeFi enthusiast borrowers, businessmen, low credit borrowers, and also digitized companies. For channels, we have two phases, which is approach phase and also usage phase. For approach phase, we will start with DeFi catalog, social media ads, for example, financial content website like Investopedia. For usage phase, we'll have Liquidity franchise user interface. As for cost structure, we've decided to have a few different structure. First, we will start with smart contract insurance fees, protocol maintenance fees, and also fixed costs, which is day-to-day operation fees. So these are basically our fixed cost structure. So like what will we be spending most of our fundings on? And our revenue streams will be the loan issuance and redemption fees, and also the franchise fee.
Right now, I'll let Marcy to talk about the pros of this protocol.
Okay, so firstly, the first pro we will be talking about is interest-free liquidity. So Ether holders can draw zero interest loans in the form of LQTY, a USD pegged stablecoin. Secondly, a low collateral ratio. So borrowers only need to maintain a collateral ratio of 110%, thanks to highly efficient instant liquidation mechanism. And then next is directly redeemable. So LQTY can be redeemed at face value for the underlying Ether collateral. And now after we'll take over.
It is governance free, which means that the price stability does not rely on human governance, but is achieved through protocol incentives and algorithmically adjusted redemption and loan issuance fees, which is 0% by default. It is censorship resistant. Liquidity is a protocol that is controlled by nobody. Front-end operation is provided by third parties which benefit from a unique decentralized incentive structure. Growth incentives. Early adopters that drive growth while contributing to the stability of the system gets attractive financial rewards.
So right now I'll talk about the cons. First will be the smart contract risk. Although it's less likely to be hacked into and change the code inside the smart contract, however, risk is a risk. When it happens, it might end up in a loss of millions within seconds. The second would be the lack of users. Just as startups can run out of resources and be unable to continue operations, if a cryptocurrency ICO, which means the initial credit offering, does not raise enough money or the startup spends more money than expected, the doors close and the network really takes off. And if liquidity does not achieve constant growth as predicted due to failure of marketing this decentralized application to the mass, they might not have the expected revenue to sustain the business structure. Right now, I'll let Randy to continue.
So the third and last aspect of the con is the mechanism failure. So though the mechanism of redemption, which tackle price stability, issue sounds invulnerable, however, it has never been tested in a massive user situation before. Therefore, the programming code may not be able to cover up all kinds of situations which might lead to high price volatility in USD pegged stablecoin, which is LQTY token.
The next would be the problem and the limitations, since we talk about the interest free, therefore we have limited revenue stream and the scalability, as maybe Liquidity might not be able to market its brand into the mass so that it cannot scale the business properly. And the last problem will be the mechanism failure and price stability issue. So our strategy would be to outsource and develop new subcategory, refine our existing business structure with actions such as reducing operation costs, provide more services, and increase internal security as we talk about the smart contract risk. The last would be increase the value of stablecoin, which can tackle the problem that we talk about, which is the price stability issue, and prevent it from dropping below the standard. This is the refined business model canvas that we propose. So the text represents the new elements that we have added into. So at last, we'll talk about the executive plan. So we will have 5 years. The first year, we will implement strategic marketing, as Liquidity is a new business. So it was launched in just a month ago. Therefore, this year, we will aim to scale our business as much as possible. Leads and social media ads will be generated to increase the popularity. In 2021, we will do the conversion strategy. This year, Liquidity should have already acquired a big market share, and therefore, our services will be enhanced and diversified to increase Liquidity's revenue. And I will let Randy to continue the last 3 years.
So for 2022, we have a new we're going to be having new subcategory, which is, so Liquidity will outsource to build one or more subcategories, such as new investment protocol, which can target new customer segment and benefit the investors. So our goal in 2022 is basically to have more investment into our company so that we can progress more as a company. In 2023, we'll be having feedback on refine. So new subcategory prototypes will be tested in a niche market, and feedbacks will be collected to further refine those prototypes. So we'll be asking help from different customers for reviews and other things that we can improve. So more employees will also be hired to manage those products too. And last, in 2024, we'll be having integration process. So a multifunctional Liquidity platform will be created and services will be integrated to provide an awesome and fabulous user experience.
So we'll skip the 2000 and 2020 and 2021. We'll skip the talking about the KPI and also the OKR. So right now we'll share the vision. In 2022, we will create a high return investment protocol. The existing borrowing protocol key features are just interest-free and low collateralization ratio. Therefore, investment return is relatively lower than other platforms or protocols. Hereby, we propose the high return investment protocol, which enables investors to invest in a daily basis, and the funds will be monitored by prestigious startup accelerator, which are the Y Combinator and also the Blackstone Group. The Blackstone Group is one of the best investment firm. So for our 2022 and the vision, we will have 2 key partners. First would be the Y Combinator. So here are some of the information. And this will be the Blackstone Group. And that's all. Thank you. So right now we'll be talking about the feedbacks or what?
Yes. So do you guys have a general number of how much the cost will be in total? Just an estimate, rough number?
Are you talking about the new protocol or what?
Yeah, just like the whole cost in general to make something like this.
Do you mean by operating the existed platform or the?
Yes.
I'm not really sure because this is very new and it was just launched a month ago. So we don't get any annual report or
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and maybe I got one question more. When you told about problems, can you give a couple words more about the mechanism of failure and like price stability issues?
Okay, I'll explain that. So the price stability issue is meaning it means the stable coin, the stability of the stable coin. So it has three different categories, and in our case, it is USD pack coin. So which means one token is worth of one USD dollar, but it really depends on the users. If they don't trust this token as a consensus currency, it might lose its value.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thank you guys.
So
I guess
right
now, yeah, you can ask us some questions if you have some.
Okay, can you share the screen?
Our PPT, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because in your PPT, right, you talk about that your vision is to make RMB the world most valuable currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we know about the process, like what kind of actions that you all will take in order to make it the world most currency?
Okay. Well, so basically our step was divided by like 5 big parts. And from the first part, we just launching the app and entering the Chinese market. And the second, we can see the pros and cons of the Chinese market. And then we can check up with the government and keep track of progress, because DCP is completely owned by Chinese government. And the third step, we just preparing for next year's for the international market launch. Then we can fix the errors, receive the feedbacks, keeping track of progress. And at the end, we'll expand our market and conquer maybe 2 continents or more. So then we can make the RMB the most valuable currency in the world.
Okay. So we'll proceed to the collaboration stage.
Yeah.
So what do you think, like what kind of cooperation that both our companies can cooperate with? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Since, okay, so maybe there's a problem in our company, which is we are worrying about the price stability, because the lesser the users, the value will drop, right? So the less value the token will be. So maybe we can we can be key partner, and we'll use RMB and whatever credit that you are using, whatever currency that your company is using, and we will create a protocol which implements connection.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's a good idea, and we can also be key partners, maybe in terms of our partnering banks. Like since we've got the 4 main Chinese banks around us, like China Construction Bank, ABC, BOC, and ICBC, so we can cooperate with them together and get more pros of that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, perfect.
So,
I have one quick question.
Yeah, sure.
So, how do you make sure that like the application you're developing right now doesn't have like any like political biases in it? So, like for example, like our company Liquidity here, we're like trying to make like the companies more as unbiased as possible, because we feel like political biases are always like present in like the world banking system. So like we feel like cryptocurrency is the best because it doesn't take any side. So like to put it in perspective, how do you like make your company not be like SWIFT? So SWIFT stands for Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. So it's basically a Belgian-based company that basically helps like companies all around the world move its money to another bank account or transfer it to another bank account. But it has like political biases, since like the majority of money in it is US dollars. So like how do you like make it as unbiased as possible? So what are the solutions that you have? Yeah, that's my question.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really good question. I guess in this case, we can't avoid the political bias because basically the DCP is completely owned by Chinese government. So we cannot like exclude it or something. But what we can do is to focus on earning money on that instead of just being a government program or something. So we can keep track with the Chinese government, but make it our own way and gain money for its successful cooperation.
Okay, that's a perfect answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
so
Right.
you find people after, right?
Okay, yeah. If you guys have anything else to discuss or like ask some questions, you're welcome.
We don't have any questions at the moment, so I think that's all.
I think that'll be all from us today.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, guys, for our today's session. It was really informative for us. We got a lot of knowledge, and thank you very much for participating.
All right, thank you so much for your time and for pitching in your business plan with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.